Planeswalker's life is an otherworldly journey that is far from easy. The consuming vortex of an ever-changing metagame can leave your house of cards feeling bombarded with endless scenarios and worry of what's next. But one company has your best interests in mind, clarifying your uncertainties with hope and solid footing. Weather the storm. Insurance for the common mage.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sorry I was out last week. It doesn't happen all that often. Holy cow, Captain Vlad Tepes, thank you so much for the Tier 1 sub for 5 months. Man, that's some commitment. Shiraz, Little Fight, and Nim Chimpskey in the house nice and early. So, if you're going to remember, we got our butt handed to us about 3 or 4 weeks ago with a cool Rakdos list that was sent to me by the user AIZN113. Don't ask me to pronounce that. And it was a little behind the times because the new set came out and there was definitely some upgrades, and I just changed a few cards. I'll show you the original list at the end of the show, but this is what we're going to be playing today because everybody was really curious about it. So without further ado, I'm going to go over the list here. We've got some basic swamps, 3 Carnariums, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mountains, 1 bog, and 2 Ash Barrens. The new Bone Shards shows up as a nice discard outlet. I call this Mad-ANIMATOR. I'm not quite sure. You just call it Reanimator. I was just, me trying to come up with new monikers and such. We got 3 Putrid Imps, 1 Raven's Crime, often pointed at ourselves, 4 Faithless Lootings, 2 Echoing Decay because, squirrels are everywhere, and this usually isn't enough. The real patient new builds of Storm, they just wait till they first day of school 3 or 4 times and then you're just out of the races. So this actually, it might be interesting to go with like maybe 2 Clark Kent Shaman's Mane and maybe an artifact package of lands. I'm not sure if it's really worth it. We'll see. 4 Exhume, obviously. Now this is where this deck really shines, and we saw that when we lost to this guy about a month ago. 4 Cathartic Reunion, 4 Thrill of Possibilities, and 4 Faithless Lootings. There's just so much draw on this. We've got 2 Dragon's Breath and 2 Shenanigans main because Affinity's also everywhere, and you know what? We don't mind throwing stuff in the yard. So this and this are kind of the additions. There was, I think, Fiery Temper in here for a while. And I just found that this was the better card right now. First-Sphere Gargantua is really kind of MVP with this list. All this discarding, we're usually able to draw a card and attack for 5 all the time. This is kind of our go-to guy, even though he's a little clunky. It's pretty awesome to have a hexproof that scries every turn, and we got hit with the shark last time too. So, oh my God, is he in 2K2 with a sub 2? Sorry for the late notice there. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for that, man. For 2 months, geez. A lot of prime love going on. Thank you, and I missed you guys too. And we got a new coffee supporter. Sorry, I didn't like to give you a heads up there, Little Fighter Shiraz, but our coffee link supporter website, we got a new, just goes by Craig, but thank you for the coffee there. Anyway, our sideboard, we round out number 3 and 4 Echoing Decay as well as Shenanigans. I'm telling you, this metagame right now, if it shows up, problem with playing sometimes in the tourney practice room, you run into some rogue, which is good for our show. Bad representation sometimes though, but I kind of try to build these things so that if you actually went to like a league with them, you might do 3-2 or better. The 2 Shenanigans and the 2 Echoing Decays are really homage to bring these all up to a 4 count when you're going up against games 2 and 3 against the 2 best decks in the format, being Squirrel Storm, Chatter Storm, whatever you want to call it, and Affinity. 2 Syphon Life. We've got the Switcheroo sideboard that's been preserved from the original. We've got 1 Suffocating Fumes, just why not? Never know, there might be an elf deck that squeaks in there. Running all 4 Fleshbags. I really like these against Affinity as well. Usually just targeting themselves, or put Bone Shards up there if you've got another creature laying around. And Alms of the Vein is kind of our switcheroo. If we sense a lot of graveyard hate, sometimes we can just get rid of the Exhume Crusher package. And obviously Megalodon, and just lean on First-Sphere getting there and chewing up their life total with all this stuff. So yeah, this is where I'm at. So Yeah, that's him. And oh, what changes did he make to the original list? Okay, yeah, I guess we can just go over that now. Now that we've seen the list, this is what we're going to be playing. The original list, and we'll share that one too. This was the one that was sent in. It has one less land. I found I really wanted more Carnariums because of the nature of having to pitch stuff, just like with Boros Bully. It only ran 2 Imps, 2 Undying Evils, and it used Fiery Temper and Merchant of the Veil. It did still use the same creature package. There was 1 Gurmag Angler, and the sideboard had the Bump in the Nights. But you can see there's just, for the metagame right now, this thing would just get smashed by, or not have a chance. And we might not either, to Storm and stuff like that. So anyway, we're going to give this a go and make sure I got the right one up here and see how it goes, everybody. I got 2, we'll create here, and oopsie, sorry, one thing, you know what, I got a checklist just for that reason. That's the one thing I forgot to do, was set up this little thing, but I've done it now, live, so y'all can see the mystery behind the curtain. Anyway, and I know, Little Fight, I'm sorry I missed your D&D last night. I know you were on Twitch, that sounds pretty fun. Paladin 19 in the house. Yeah, this Megalodon's a hell of a card. Even though I don't like dinosaurs, and I don't like Godzilla, and I don't like sharks in Magic. I don't know, they seem a little too, but this one's pushing the boundaries here. It's pretty awesome. 5/7 hexproof. When it attacks, you scry. Pretty awesome. A lot of the decks that can deal with Crusher, cast downs everywhere, you know, can't deal with this. So pretty sweet. Said day when turn 2 Crusher isn't fast enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Banhammer's coming down soon. Did you guys see the latest challenge? I know I'm wrong. I think it was 6 out of 8 had Chatterstorm in it. It was like that last week. It was like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. And it was just like plop. Oh, just crazy. Very fun. And we've got a new Dungeons and Dragons mechanic from the new Forgotten Realms set coming out. And that'll be our first break explaining the new dungeon mechanic, which is very interesting. All right, we're going to say yes. We're going to close this out. We got this, but we don't have any discard. I'm going to mulligan this, even though we've got the 2 bits in our hand. I don't know. We don't have Exhume. So we'll mulligan here. We do have Exhume. Good grief. All right, we'll mulligan this. This is when I added a land. Yikes. This is not how you want to show to start. Ooh, it's not identical. Yes, that's true, Nim Chimpskey. And I know I made that mistake the other day. Okay, we just have to keep at this point. This is craziness. We will get rid of... I guess this and shards, or maybe this. Let's get rid of, we'll get rid of, boy, that is a tough discard turn there, but we can at least get rid of Gargantua and draw 2 cards here. Played a Modern Horizons 2 draft last night. Everything's back to normal. Gosh dang it. I think this is 3 weeks in a row now. People just... It always seems to be that first game. Well, at least it was on a really bad opening hand, right? But we played Modern Horizons 2 last night, and of course, my son, I think he got 2nd place. I was almost in it, but at the end, I drew like 7 lands in a row, and a deck was 17 in it, but had a lot of fun with it. Very cool stuff. So look for that. Very expensive. It was like $70 for the both of us to draft it, compared to like $35 for both of us with Strixhaven. So, but money well spent. He cracked open a, I think it was Scalding Tarn, the fetch land that's the Izzet colors. So that was pretty sweet. AZN 2K2. Sure, Roz, you're not a fan? I've always been a fan of D&D. I've only played it like 2 or 3 times total, but I was actually very impressed when Stranger Things did the live D&D thing. It's still on YouTube. You can find it. Very entertaining little show. I promise you, I haven't been having mana problems like this with this list, and this has 1 more land than the original. We're going to mulligan this. All right, we'll keep this. Put extra lands in here because I don't mind pitching them, but this is getting a little ridiculous. So we've got a nice target for Cathartic Reunion there. And given that we have so many discard elements, a lot of times if we're not facing Squirrel or Affinity, we've just got more targets for Cathartic Reunion and such. So we'll keep this. If it's... Okay, I'll get rid of 1 Cathartic there just because we have so many targets to pitch. So, all right. Looks like it is Affinity. Glad we kept the Shenanigans. We could probably be taking down some 4/4s with that, keeping us in it. Maybe. We'll see. I have Been having a lot of fun with my other Rakdos list I shared on Facebook. I was about to play that today, but I know everybody's been kind of wanting to see this one, and it has a lot more of the newer cards and stuff. And plus, I showed that one on Facebook, so I don't want to do Rakdos back-to-back weeks. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a early July Rakdos Fest. Maybe I will next week. Who knows? But if you have any cool decks and ideas and such, want to share them with us, that's how this came here. Actually, we reached out to the guy that beat us and said, hey, that was a cool list. Mind sharing it? And they were all good with it. So good times. Alrighty, so we're going to Cathartic Reunion here. And pretty easy to see what we're going to pitch. We'll get rid of these two beasts. We got a nice graveyard. We got our swamps online. Okay, probably loot. I'll probably loot before I even Carnarium next turn, just in case I pull a Exhume, because we have the swamp. Maybe Wizards of the Coast should make a half-storm mechanic. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Oh, and for those of you keeping score, in the last 3 weeks, I've applied to 4 Wizards jobs and got turned down for every one of them. Just every, and they're fast, too. They're just like, you know, hey, we look at your stuff, no thanks. It's like, oh, man. It's like, did you really look at it? Alrighty, we got lots of frogs. We got a salamander. I was attacking with this last night. I made a really cool modular deck. I thought it was really cool. I was doing really well with it for a little bit, and then blop. Right. Let's do a few things. Let's cut down on the amount, since this is kind of a dead card without Storm being across from us. Oops, what's this? Dispel. Ooh, this might be a quicker game than I thought. We'll loot. All right, we'll be able to kill a creature there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this some more. We'll get rid of this and this. This will be a close one because of that Dispel. Been noticing a lot more counterspell magic. In fact, I ran up against and this might be it, a blue-green artifact deck that ran 4 counterspells and the Metallic Rebuke, and it was enough. I remember losing that game, so, and I can see why there would be a jump at the chance. Oh, I know, little fight. Yeah, well, that's me, and you're close to me, so we're too close to the thing, but they probably just see an old guy with too much experience or something. I don't know what the deal is. They obviously didn't look at anything because I've got all that history of doing all these magic projects, but man, we are like dead next turn if we don't come up with something. We've got some things here. Let's click really slowly here. Well, Shenanigans. I'll take out this dude. And then we have to discard this. I guess there's no sense in doing this. We will discard a card, kill this, blow this up, and then we'll return a land back, and hopefully we can get something online, preserving our life total. Now, if that Echoing Decay went off, we'd be in good spirits here because, well, we'd actually be at 16, and there'd be nothing across from us, and our opponent's almost hellbent. Oh, yeah, Cooper the Red, that's a good point. The spell went up a lot of notches because of first day of class. And I tell you, that's the problem. Echoing Decay is a nice card and all. It's very flexible, but anybody with their Hill of Beans and a Storm World is just going to, especially the standard variant, not the one that I showcased, where you can just go crazy. And it's like, okay, I almost drew my whole deck. Now I'm going to cast 3 of these. And unless you have like 2 or 3 Echoing Decays in your hand right now, it's not going to do it. Yeah, Echoing Truth definitely goes up a little bit because that does solve it. Of course, blue has the best answer. And in the old days, folks, when you're like a Stompy player and you miss those days, they don't have all that many interactions. Speaking of the Storm deck, so if you're a real hardcore Stompy or Elf person, you can still just kind of go crazy with fogs. You can buy, I mean, a play set of Moment's Peace buys you 8 turns. We are not going to win this one. This is crazy. We just need to draw into so much good stuff here, and I've only got the one draw. We'll bring back Shenanigans, see if we could just survive. That'll be the theme of this one here. And we can't even get that back if we do that. We'll go like this. We're still dead. Oh, maybe they'll block. We've lost this one. I'll say 1, Affinity. I'm glad the real deck showed up. As you can see, Shenanigans doing some work here, but not enough. Unless they block here, which is really hoping for something. You know what, we'll bring this back just in the off chance our stuff's online. If this stuck around, it'd be pretty sweet, but it don't. Snuff out would still get us killed. And they've eaten their Wheaties today. We'll concede here. Go to game 2. But now we bring in all of the guns and lose the other stuff. And Shenanigans, I believe, yeah, being a sorcery and all, good times. So we'll bring that in. I want to bring in the fleshies. I like to call them that. I'll probably bring in some graveyard hate, but I'll lose a crime. I'll lose an imp. I'll lose 2 decays. We're going to have enough stuff there. We've got to get rid of 2 more cards. Maybe 1 reunion. And I really like this against Affinity because it can't really bring it down. Sometimes you're going to run into the double galvanic blast here. That can get a little frustrating. Four Shenanigans. We better see one, right? Oh yeah, and I do play the Angler, so there it is. I guess we'll get rid of 1 Crusher. Let's go. Whoa! What is all this? Kaczynski. 100. Nice. Kaczynski. Yeah, Darkness only buys you 4 turns, though. Those sideboard spots are precious. And if it was only 1/1s, you know, you'd have the old Sandstorm make a comeback, but that's long and far gone. I never would have thought those kind of strategies would lose Bushwhacker in the list, but then First Day of School comes along, and good times. Very good times. But yeah, Echoing Truth is a very strong answer out there anymore. Good against Affinity too. So maybe I'll bring back like the Blue Blitz style, and instead of snaps, we'll just start running Echoing Truth's main. Or maybe snaps in that and up the curve instead of Vapor Snag. We'll see. We'll see. Yes on that. Go from here. Well, we can kill a creature. And we can discard. We don't really have much of anything here. I'd rather see my combo. Affinity's not that fast. All right, we'll keep this. We got early Shenanigans. We've got part of the combo. And you know what? I think I'm going to lose an Exhume here. It's kind of intimidating, right? I mean, it's not we're losing it. It's just going to the bottom of our library. And we'll lead off with our dude here. Worst case scenario, we've got a nice discard outlet and food for the Marauder if Big Fatty comes down. A way to send money to a streamer, like subscribing. What is this? It's a bit donation, D. Oh, Kaczynski. I need to set up an alert. Ah, darn it. Bits are basically monies. Oh, thank you so much, man. Oh, I didn't even realize. My Twitch ignorance. Kind of new to the whole Twitch side of the payout structure. So thank you for that, Kaczynski. That is awesome. Alrighty. Well, we can't really do anything with that. So, you know what? We're going to thrill right now. We'll discard Shenanigans. Because we can always bring that back. Okay, I guess we could bring it back now, huh? We'll say cancel. I want to draw some lands here. And we didn't. But we can at least throw out Dragon's Breath. Attack. Yeah. And I'm going to keep that for the other Thrill of Possibility because our land is kind of hiding from us here. Yes, you've had a few before. I assumed you knew what they were. No, I don't. Sure, Oz. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the update there, Cooper the Red. Appreciated. Alrighty. We've got some hate online. If they can get rid of our graveyard, we're not too worried. About probably 2 turns away from looking down a bunch of 4/4s. This is the only Twitch show I watch, says Nim Chimpskey. Ah, thank you for the loyalty. Alright, we'll cancel that on there. Man, I have never seen this much ridiculous lack of mana. Okay, there we go. But still, we got to do this. This is frustrating. I'll play it. I just don't want to miss a land drop here. We'll attack here. Keeping that Bone Shards, probably with the First-Sphere Gargantua as bait. At least now we can Fleshbag into something, but with Shenanigans in the yard, I would really like to have a little bit more land, 4 or 5 maybe. really having to fight through these throw the possibilities and stuff. Big interesting if this kind of scenario keeps up with 20 lands and all of this draw. Very strange. I hate that. Yeah. Alrighty. Down goes our best card, an Exhume, but we really don't have any targets yet. Dragon's Breath is in the yard. Saw a cool tribe list a couple weeks back that used Ulamog's Crusher as kind of a red herring, and the new white. There's 8 now, kind of Exhume effects for 4 mana, 3 and a white, I believe it is. It's pretty interesting. Nice little switcheroo. If you remember when we lost to this list, it was we went all in with a graveyard hate, and then they just went all in with, like, you know, kind of Blackburn style stuff, and we were just sitting there neutered, and it was pretty cool. We will, you know what, maybe we bring that back. I want to draw a land. Let's do this. Okay, well, I like what's in my hand, so I'm going to discard Gargantua, and then I'm going to unearth it. I'll be coming in for 6 here. If I had 6 mana, then I could play Fleshbag and kill this just like we did with our Unearth show before it goes out of the blue there, but boop. No need to really put that on there. We don't have extra and we don't have haste, so we'll say no on that. Even though it'll just fall right back off this turn. We're just going to draw. Okay, well, we've got another one in hand. Man, does anyone know where my lands are at? This is really interesting. I don't know what the hell's going on. I have 20. I have all of this draw, and we're stuck at 3. This is very strange. What ad are we talking about there? Kentucky and Shiraz? Hope it's not one of mine that's irritating y'all. Oh, yeah, I know. No, that was in LA, that tournament. And if you know anything about me, I'm pretty OCD, and I quadruple checked that. So it's still a very big mystery the hell happened to those. All right, our first creature shows up. Pretty. If I had more lands, I'd go crazy on these prisms, but right now it's driving me nuts. But our opponent's a little screwed there too, but not nearly as bad. Cancel. Ah, Jesus. What is going on here? If I reunion and don't find any lands, I'm going to scream. I believe that's maybe the play. Let's reunion. We'll get rid of... I don't want to do that. No. I'm just going to start chopping down dudes. Nope. Oops. Shenanigans is what I meant. Dang it. This one. Let's pull off. We'll start getting rid of boys. Boop, boop. Kill it. And if I do another one here. Yeah, let's see. 2 there. I'm just going to discard. I'll get rid of Cathartic Reunion. Change of plans. If our deck wants to fight us on mana, I think if they don't drop a land, I'll just go after that Prism next and force them to use a Galvanic Blast on a silly little Putrid Imp until something slips through our Fleshbag will grab it. But right now I'm just getting so ridiculous. These vibes from this deck. What is going on? And I'm trying to think of a good candy bar commercial. If anybody, very early steps, if you can think of a funny play on words with an existing Magic the Gathering card that would make sense with a candy bar. Spare Supplies came to mind. I don't know if you want to really associate it with like creatures because that implies like more of a beef jerky or something, right? Sure, maybe we'll just get a concession if I go this route. All right. I'm just mad at the world at this point. Blow that up. Attack. Splat. Yeah, I'm totally new to the whole bits thing. So apologies for those in the past that may have done that. I just thought it was emojis or something. Alrighty, companion going into the yard. As we're showing, they're probably going for some hate here. I think next critter that's going to come out, I'm just going to fleshbag and try to keep it as the black lightning bolt damage. Yeah, Ginger Brute is a pretty nice candy bar. That's a pretty good one. Survival Cache gives me candy vibes, and it's food. Those are good. Yeah, Ginger Brute would be pretty hard to... it'd be a good mouthwash. Ginger Brute. You know, kicking the crap out of your bad breath, or I don't know. Who knows? Okay, we will leave the graveyard alone. Come on, give me a land. All right, it's about time. Good lordy. And yet, now... You know what? I think we have to loot here, even though we did draw land. Let me try it. If we get an Exhume, we'll be in good graces. We'll say cancel. Cancel. All right. Well, I know I've been bitching about lands, but we'll go like this. And we'll use our Gurmag Angler for something here. Boink. Getting rid of this, this, and why not this? Coming on over for 7. Thank you, Dragon Breath. Dragon Breath, yeah, well, I talk about breath commercials. I don't know if you'd want to do Dragon Breath, right? Scorch your date. Yeah, but we did Bottle Gnome Bourbon already. It's probably in my top 3 of our commercials. I really like the way that one turned out. Yeah. Oh, change of plans. We never went to Colorado. Things went crazy with my brother. He's selling his place out there, so I probably won't be out there anytime soon. And he's moving back this way because his wife got a job back here in California. I think he's one of the only people in the world that's moving to California this year. So instead, it's being Father's Day and all, everybody posed it to me, hey, where do you want to go? So we went to Solvang for like 3 or 4 days and just had a great time. One of my favorite little towns. I know I was bragging about it a few months back, but we went there for a prolonged period this time and just had a really nice, relaxing, good time. That was nice. Alrighty. We're going to see the power of Fleshy. And we can just bring back Shenanigans too. That helps. That might be the play here. I got a definite kill there. You know what? Shenanigans is nice and all, but between Power Blast and Hydro Blast and so many decks having that, I'm actually going to lean on Fleshbag. I don't think they're going to have the answer for that. So we're going to actually cancel that move. I'm going to bring out our dude here. We'll rock like this, get rid of his blockers. Probably got a Galvanic Blast for that Angler. Well, for right now, let's see. You know what? If I sacrifice the zombie, it's actually a little bit better move here because then I get Threshold and we attack for 7. So I'm just going to have him sack himself. I'd rather get in the extra damage right now. Keep him on the clock. Who knows? Maybe that Putrid Imp has to go all the way. Got 3 cards. I've already used 1 Galvanic Blast. I'm sure this is going to be a Salamander block with a blast behind it. Treats, okay. Or not. Or does he just fling in a Tog at us and go ballistic in one move, right? Well, at least we put up some good numbers here, but yeah, our lands are not doing us any favors. I know I've pitched 1 or 2 of them, but it was out of necessity, I tell you. So, I guess we're going to have to just play the Shenanigans game at this point. Pretty sure we're going to see a little Hydroblast here. Go like this. Bring that back. We'll give it a try. Get rid of the big boy. Show her you're hotter than fire. Dragon's Breath. A new cologne. It's only wearable once. It just incinerates the person. That'd be pretty cool. I don't think our Gurmag Angler is going to live too long. I keep saying that, and it keeps getting there, but who knows? And it seems a little ridiculous to run 4 Shenanigans, but you need them. You need to discard stuff. If your graveyard gets messed with, you've got other ones to rely on, and affinity is everywhere. Opponent's got 3 cards. I think they're probably 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I don't know if they have the patience or the wherewithal to get there with a Tog. Have to be awfully lucky. Is this the Storm card? Going to get back some goods. Let's see, Putrid Imp going to get there. Yay, Pauper Power, Liquid Divago in the house. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for joining us again, my friend. As we playing a list I really like, but good lordy, is it fighting us. And again, I put 1 more land in this. Being a purist and all, you got to have the lands to do stuff with. If you draw too many, you pitch them, but that hasn't been the case. We've been getting screwed. And let a fight if you're up for some games later. I'd love to hang out with you, if only digitally, my old buddy. Family's all in the basketball mood. I like it in the background, but been in a pretty big MTG mood. Ooh, Exhume. Yeah, Liquid Divago. This list beat us about a month ago, plus or minus like 8 cards, because the metagame changed so much. And I tried to preserve it and tweak it as well as possible. Thank you for that, Nim Chimpskey. Yeah, that's the deck list if anybody wants to know what we're on and such. Well, there are not many creatures to go. We'll hit cancel on that. All right, I like this a lot. Oh, okay. Well, we pull even. Let's put the dagger in them and get some lands this time. Probably would have, well, probably nothing. Would have floated, pitched, got something, drawn, etc. All right. They'll run away. I think when you see that many Shenanigans, you probably don't want to play game 3. All right, off we go. Rough start, but we ended up winning it. 1 Bragax. Hey, hello. Waiting for Zombify Pauper. And it is indeed. I'll go over the list while we're waiting for our next opponent here. Yeah, so this was sent in by, I hate to butcher his name, but it's AIZN1337. And I changed it up just because Modern Horizons 2 came out. But the creature list stayed the same. We've got 4 Crushers, we got 4 Crushers, 1 gigantic scrying shark with hexproof. We've got 1 Gurmag Angler, which showed itself last game. And these First-Sphere Gargantuas are kind of part of our draw engine. And boy, do we have a draw engine, because we've got 12 cards that go crazy with that. All right. Hey, land. Thank you. Nice of you to show up. This is usually what the opening looks like, and then you've got options for Faithless Looting, even if you don't find your Exhume. So, good times. And we have a bit of a switcheroo sideboard if they are on swamps, or we just sense that they're going to bring in like 30 relics or something like that. All right, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, let's lead off with, we'll lead off with a swamp here. I believe, probably favor another swamp. Don't know what we're on yet. Let's go get something. It's just nice to see lands like they're supposed to show up in this list. You've already got one. We'll go like that. Go like this. And I think it's safe to do this. Let's loot. Maybe we'll find some good stuff. We've already got 1 Dragon Breath there. Might as well throw the target in there. Maybe we'll get lucky. Hit up on it. Now at this stage, it might be a better play is probably to just loot next turn and hope to find you know what. Now, forest's got a whole new meaning with the squirrels about, right? Mother Bear. What on earth? Okay. Hey, we got an Exhume. That feels pretty cool. Might have a Chainer's Edict situation, but I say we just go for it. What do you guys say? Yeah. He don't have any creatures yet. Let's get our boy out. The shark that scries. Roar! A shark with Dragon's Breath. That doesn't really make sense unless it breached the water and then blew out the air, right? Yes. And I could get him for 5 right now if I discard that. I think I want to do that. Yeah, let's just be... We'll kill that and we'll discard a mountain. Let's make sure to get in for 5. Scrying. Looking for more stuff. Jaws. Yeah, that thing is really terrifying. They did the best part of like putting the... Oh, that's my... Alright, we'll say put that at the bottom. I'm like, why is Dragon Breath showing up? I don't think I've attacked with the Dragon Breath Megalodon yet, but they got the parts of a Great White that are just terrifying. Dead right with that. Just enough difference. The more I play with this card, the more I like it. We see an Edict here. That'll suck, but at least we got to scry. 1 Dragon's Breath is enough. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I should have had the Jaws theme. Boy, talk about tripping YouTube's, what do you call the little copyright infringement stuff, right? Good. Hey, it's going to attack again. Let's see what he showed us. Is it Christmas morning yet? Ooh, you know, I really like this Mogi's flavor. Against fairies, you kill them. If you got a big thing like an angler that he's just showing us, then you've got options. So pretty cool. All right, here we are. We've got some more goods. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to float 3, throw back a swamp, and then loot from the yard. And, well, we've got plenty of lands. I'll pitch these. We'll attack and see what else we get. Faithless Looting. I don't really need that right now. I've already got Throw the Possibility. I'll say bottom. Let's keep the mystery alive. Slaven. Yes, thank you for the welcome. Yeah, it's been like, I think 9 months since I missed a show. COVID has some benefits, right? All right, we're going to have an angler sitting across from us, but it isn't going to be enough, folks. And with this much shenanigans, literally and figuratively, being that we have so many red cards that draw 2 cards, discard, draw 2. I think we're playing Throw the Possibility, Cathartic Reunion, and Faithless Looting. And we're running the First-Sphere Gargantua, which draws a card, sometimes twice. So for a Rakdos list, this thing gets really ahead on cards. Really ahead. So he's got kind of the same plan, but they don't have haste on their side. But they do have Dragon Shadow, which gives it fear? Is that right? Yeah. I wish they'd bring back fear a little bit. Yeah, it'd be cool to have the Jaws theme. That sure taught cinema a lot. And what I mean by that is, before Jaws, there wasn't really a cue for the bad thing, the bad guy. That was one of the first shows that kind of let that dread sit in of like, oh, here's something brutal about to show up. So I don't think we're going to be needing Echoing Decay here. And so I will be discarding, well, we're going to kill this and we'll discard this. So Bone Shards is just so much better than Fiery Temper. Obviously the builder of this didn't have it a month ago. We do now, and that's why we're doing this. I'm going to bring out Putrid Imp just for Edict bait, and then with the floating red, I'll just make sure to power this up twice. As we come in for 7. Yeah! We don't really need that, but it would be nice to return a land and float it, so I'll say sure, we'll put it on the top. I bet y'all didn't think we'd be attacking with a 5/7 hexproof shark today, did you? And winning? Aha! That's what you love about it, baby. At least that's what I think you'd. I could just hear Little Fight saying that, that's all. Yeah. So yeah, Nim Chimpskey sent me a package from the Netherlands, and I won't spoil what it is. It's a card in the mail, and it has taken like over 3 weeks now, but I've been told that's kind of to be expected, so just know, Nim Chimpskey, that I am looking about every 9 days in there. It's directly correlated with the salsa that I really like, and the restaurant's right next to the UPS store. So I go get my thing of salsa. I ask them if they got some, relic from the Netherlands, and they say no. And then I walk away crestfallen. Mtmentat in the house. You did not think that today. Shame on you. All right. We're seeing a lot of, when I first saw Mother Bear, I actually thought that might see play, because if you look at it, it's 3-1. That's usually a good thing, but just a bit too slow for the format there. Priest of the Haunted Edge. Ooh. Hey, I got a good idea for a Halloween theme show, right? Our Putrid Imp might just get there, folks. That Megalodon is no joke. As we're probably, what do I mean probably? We're going to return our Carnarium. Probably at this stage, we'll grab one of the mountains and then pitch it to Thrill and see what we can get. Hopefully some removal, maybe another Bone Shards. Which I will promptly post here. Let's play this first. Bring this up. And we'll do this to this to this. What do we got? Yuck. Well, that's no good. We've already played a land, darn it. Oh, well. Let's attack. Boop. I'll probably lose here. We'll at least get 2. Let's see what we're going to get next turn. Ooh, that's pretty spicy. 2, 4, 5, but we don't really want it right now. So we'll say bottom. It sure is weird to be able to scry. I love it. Europa land. Oh, can they be showing up eating with salsa during the show? I don't think that would make for a good show, me chomping on some chips here. I don't know about you. That's one of my peeves. Even with family, sometimes I like there to be like background music at dinner time and stuff, because sometimes hearing people masticating across the way can get a little gross. Yeah, he didn't block. Yeah, they probably got an edict here. I'm going to pull even, darn it. Of course, we haven't really seen one yet. I'd get rid of that scry if I could make it unblockable. I'd much rather have that. You all know me. I love evasion. Evasion's where it's at. All right, we got ourselves a colossal fight, folks. It's a zombie fish versus an ancient dinosauric shark. Dinosauric? Did I just utter that? Prehistoric. Yeah. It's so diuretic of the mind there. My goodness. Thanks for joining me all here on Propaganda Saturday. Here to stay. All right. Well, these two are going to be showing down. Come on, top deck something good. That's pretty good. I actually kind of like that draw. He's hellbent. He's going to have to block here. You know, I don't even have to attack, really. But I wanna. Let's attack. Well, you know what? If I attack, Mogi's flavor falls off. And that... Well, you know what? No, that doesn't kill it. He is hellbent. I'm going to attack. Or should I? No, he's going to block no matter what. Let's not attack. We'll play the Imp. We've got a 2-2. And then even an Edict doesn't win it. So let's chill out. We'll play a little possum here. Bring out the Imp. Now we got Edict bait. And we're safe from another Mogi's flavor. Is that? Favor. Flavor. Thinking of salsa, right? Rock on. Dinosauric, baby. Yes. Oh, man. This guy's just living on the edge. Okay. Can I get a card that's relevant? This is when my deck gives me 3 lands in a row. How you like that, right? Okay, well, I say we just go in for Ultra Hate here and try to win the top deck wars, because we have so many more card draws in there at 1 life, guys. Alrighty. So let's attack. He's got to block both. We at least get to see our next card, and then we just eradicate his entire board presence because we just drew you know what. Oh, come on. That's the top deck. I guess we keep it for a turn if he top decks into something. He's got enough mana here. We'll say top. Kind of sucks. Yeah. I thought I was being all clever having this bog backup, but all I really wanted was a Faithless Looting or something to get in that last little bit of damage. Now, here's a situation where this might be a ooh, that I didn't see. Alrighty. That was dumb of me. Alright. We'll drop that there. Glad I kept what I did. And let's bog. Darn it. Talk about wanting them to block a certain way and seeing that as the only option. That was all bad on me. I pulled a move like that in the draft the other night. Thankfully, it didn't cost me the game, but definitely felt out of practice. I didn't have all my little sheets. And that new companion app, make sure to get that before your next event, guys. It is called the Magic Companion app on any app store. It's free. Just make sure you get your stuff downloaded, because you can log your score right then and there. And I asked the promoter or the store owner last night if he liked it, and he said it just makes tournaments lovely. Those were his words. He was very big fan of it. Said there's no downside. It's just all awesome. He just blinks, everything's done. There's no disagreements. You put in your thing right there. It tracks your scores. It even has a life counter on it. So if you're a minimalist like me and you want to simplify, good times. Hey, thank you for that, Nim Chimpskey. So here I am, always pimping out MTG, right? Yeah. All right. I don't know what our opponent's doing here, but let's see. We'll call this Golgari Yard. Just recursion, I guess, would probably be a little bit more accurate. I don't know what our opponent's doing here. I'm going to give him to 1850, and then I'll exit. There's only one card to think about. I don't know what he's pulling off here. We will be going to 13 if he attacks, which I'm pretty sure he will. But that Dragon's Breath might be giving him a little pause, especially since there's nothing he can exhume if we are. But why wouldn't we have done it, right? Here I am talking crazy. Come on, opponent. All right. I don't know what's going on here. Let me see if they're there. All right. Zion Slaves usually a pretty good opponent. I can't really write question mark because that goes to a different camera. I'll do this. It's been about 3 minutes, dude. All right, guys. Well, check out Dungeons. I'm going to go get some coffee. We'll be back for games 3 right after this.
Sooner or later, most D&D adventures end up in a dungeon. And for good reason. The action, the mystery, the loot. Dungeons are where it's at. And it's time to venture forth on this edition of First Look, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Dungeon is a new card type. There are 3 dungeons being introduced in this set, including Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That's a lot to take in. Why don't you pause the video and read, and we'll catch up in a few. And welcome back. Now, dungeons, they don't go in your deck. They start outside the game. You can keep them with your sideboard, but, and this is important, they don't take up sideboard spots. You just have access to them, and you bring them into the game whenever you venture into the dungeon. Venture into the dungeon is a new keyword action that lets you interact with dungeon cards. That action is found on cards that very much do go in your deck, like Shortcut Seeker. When you're told to venture into the dungeon, first ask yourself, Self, am I in a dungeon? Now, you don't know what that means yet, so let's just say you're not. If you venture into the dungeon while you're not in a dungeon, you take a dungeon card from outside the game and put it into the command zone. Put a venture marker on the first room at the top. A venture marker is something small that you can use to keep track of what room you're in. For example, a coin, a die, an expertly painted miniature, whatever you have handy. Every time you enter a room, including the first one, that room's room ability triggers. The effect of that ability is what you see printed in each room. For example, when you enter the Yawning Portal, you gain 1 life. The room names are for flavor and don't affect gameplay. Now that you're in a dungeon, the next time you venture into the dungeon, move your venture marker down 1 space. Follow the arrows. Your next venture will carry you to the dungeon level, and the one after that will give you a choice. You could head to the Goblin Bazaar or the Twisted Caverns. Either way, you'll end up in the Lost level. One more choice determines how you'll get to the Deep Mines, and finally, the Mad Wizard's Lair. Each player gets their own dungeon, and a player can be in only 1 dungeon at a time. Once you enter a dungeon, you must complete that dungeon before starting a new one. Every time you venture, you'll progress deeper and deeper until you hit the final room at the bottom of the card. As soon as the final room ability resolves, or it's countered or somehow leaves the stack, the dungeon is removed from the game. This action means you've completed the dungeon. Completing a dungeon is great for a few reasons. The next time you venture into the dungeon, you can start a new one. Now you could jump right back into the same dungeon you just completed for another go, or pick a dungeon you haven't braved before. It's your story. Some cards like Gloomstalker offer rewards for dungeon completion. It doesn't matter if Gloomstalker was around for any of your dungeon adventures. Even if you completed a dungeon earlier in the game, Gloomstalker will have Double Strike. These dungeons are filled with rewards that put you in a better spot to win the game. Venture boldly but strategically, and claim what is yours. Adventures in the Forgotten Realms is available everywhere on July 23rd. Check out your local retailer or game store for more information.
Yo, all right, let's hope we don't get some more quitters here. If you're joining us, we're playing Shark Attack, or Mad-Animator, however you want to call it. It's a Reanimator strategy. We're going to jump in here, and then we'll go over a bit more of the draw aspects of the list, because I was just getting to that before I was so rudely ignored by our last opponent. Oh, we already got an opponent. What I was trying to mention, though, is Faithless Looting, Thrill of Possibilities, Cathartic Reunion, and First-Sphere, all draw. A lot of it. We usually get to see what we want, which is 4 Exhumes, and then go find our good stuff. So let's see what we can do here. Hopefully some more damage. Technically I haven't lost yet. We'll say yes. We like this. We'll keep. I'm going to lead off with kind of the great hand here. Wish anything but an angler right now, but that's what Faithless Looting is for. Hey-o, this is Pupper Tim. Good to have you with us. Yeehaw. We got, to match today's show, the Rakdos Casino commercial coming up in a little bit. Nothing new there. Definitely one of our more higher end ones. Let's do this and this. Going like this. Come on, just give us a gigantic card. I don't really want an angler that badly. I guess we get rid of a bog and a... Too many cards I want in hand right now. I'll just do that. So about those dungeons, everybody. Look a little clunky, don't they? I know the one only takes 3 steps, but my goodness, the one that takes 7, good luck getting through that. Unless like every other card has the dungeon mechanic. It's a neat design space. I like what they're doing there, but I don't know. Something about it just don't feel right. I'm going to slow roll this. Just going to play this here. Bring this back. I really want to keep that thrill for a good card. That's also why we play Raven's Crime on top of everything else. We have so much discard, but sometimes magic happens. You don't have the discard available, and you just target yourself through the big old creature in the yard and exhume it when you get a shot. FDOC, what you talk about, Papa Tim? Okay, we got 1 critter down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, well, there's a good thrill target, right? Yeah, let me thrill that right now. Discard this. Okay, and now, of course, is when we draw the other one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, we've got the Exhume trigger. I guess we can slow roll it one more turn and hopefully walk into a Dragon's Breath. We'll have some Gurmag Angler back up after probably eating a double Galvanic Blast if history is to serve. See, you guys thought I was crazy for playing a total of 4 Shenanigans in my 75. We've faced Affinity twice now. There's even been some speculation of banning the Salamander. I don't think so, but I don't know. So it can come out pretty damn fast. Okay. Here we are. Now, hey, look at that. Remember what I was saying about this card? So we could Faithless Loot, but sometimes it's better to just target yourself, pay 1, discard a card, and we'll exhume it. Boop. Crush. And might as well get an angler out of the race, right? Do we have enough? Let's see if we do this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I got to get rid of one more. I'd rather keep First-Sphere around. Let's go. Going for tempo here, baby. Oh, first day of class. I see. Yeah. Might be pretty cool. Alrighty. Hopefully this person sticks around for games 2 and 3, unlike our other folks. Off we go. And they didn't even see our hate yet. In come the Shenanigans and the Fleshies. I always call him that because of my boy. I always laugh at that. Okay, I'll lose 1 Gargantua, both the Ks. We'll lose an Imp. We'll lose a Crime. And we'll lose a Dope Rhyme. Let's get rid of 1 Cathartic. Boop. There we go. We got enough stuff to feed. Late game too, it's really cool. This draws you a card, loses a life, but if you have Marauder out, after he attacks with Unearth, you just play him, and then you sack that, and then you get a 3/1 Black Lightning Bolt, which is pretty fun. Good times. Yes, 4 Shenanigans. Yeah, that is pretty cool, Nim Chimpskey. Feel free to take this list and give it a go. Of course, with the discard elements of this, like right now, you know, if we get a mount, if we had a mountain, we'd pitch and boom, boom, and we've got all of it. We don't have to wait around on having the mana for it. So I still think Breath is the way to go, but well, this sucks. Back to like our first game hand, right? We'll mulligan that. We have just about everything we need, but nothing to get there. We've got a discard outlet. If I draw any more land, I can at least First-Sphere into land. I'll keep this. I don't want to really. We've got to keep Shenanigans. I've got to keep that. This is actually the one we lose. I'll say done. Lead off with an Imp. Discard the First-Sphere. Once we get to 3, we'll at least get an extra draw out of it. And a 5 body. That's kind of nice. Here we go. Come on, just help us out. Hold off on that First-Sphere plan. Never know, they might have a relic right out of the gates. Pretty good against us. Another reason to run multiple Shenanigans. Both to eat the relics and to draw them out to do it so that your other ones become more relevant. Huzzah! Well, we have a kill spell. This is getting juicier. Rock like this, no reason to discard yet. I want to find a mountain so badly. It's the majority of the lands on our list. You'd think we might hit them. If we hit a mountain now, we'd be changing the plans and going after that tree of tails, baby. Woo! Come on, mountain. Yeah. I love being lucky. Yeah, watch this concession. Not yet? All right. Cool. All right. I know this is going to be a bit of a longer show today, but well, maybe we'll play an extra 1 or 2 here. All right. So that takes down Affinity. Metagame that, sucker. Woo! Okay, here we go. Now, I know one of the things ruin this for is that you get a little worried with the deck list with things that can sneak through like hexproof and stuff. But if you look closely, we've got all the Fleshbags out there. And we do have this nice little side plan that we learned from AIZN1337, where he switched out the Reanimator strategy for just this Suffocating or Syphon Life engine and stuff like that. So as a frequent Affinity player, that hurt. Sorry about that, Mtmentat. But as a frequent victim of Affinity, it felt great. All right, we will want to play first, yes. This is good times. We will keep. Anytime you got a big fatty you can throw in the yard, it's good, especially game 1, as you all know. That's usually when they're not going to have much to go on. Gosh, we're just at the 1 hour mark, and game 4. Here we go. Woo! No reason not to reanimate now. Let's go. All right, we'll throw this out, and sure, I'll get rid of the Barrens. Pop, 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 pop. Here we go. Yeah, it's not so much about fighting their lands anymore, right? Regarding affinity, most of the time you can't do what I just did. You just save those for the big old 4/4s that mow you down and make the game way too quick. I'm not a fan of 2 Cathartic, so I can always bring this back. Let me pitch both of these. Draw 3 cards. Okay. Kind of like having that Echoing Decay against what we're looking across from here. That's probably a first day list, and this is going to be quick either way. Would have been really nice to get a, what do you call it? Exhume. That's what I'm talking about. There's part of the combo. This comes back, just keeps coming back, and he generates infinite mana. Which one should I kill? Boys and girls? Must be one. Alright, for those of you that play this is where my brain gets a little foggy here. What's the more correct play? Do I kill the Skirk or do I kill the Putrid Goblin? I believe I kill the Putrid Goblin because at this stage of the game you'd have to play 2. Yeah. So maybe we just do that now. We won't wait for any shenanigans. Boink. He will come back as a 1/1. Alrighty, I'll click through this in case he's got a bolt or something. I could bring out Gurmag. It might be a bit reckless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have to eat 7 of the cards in my yard as it sits now. Let's just bring this out here. Yeah, I like Breathless Night. I just lost to that in draft last night. That was my last round opponent. Actually, I didn't think there was an unearth mechanic he actually used, and I was like, whoa, too new to the set. I just didn't know that was a thing. I'm just ignorant about this list. I played it like once, and it was, I don't know, right when First Day of Class first came out. And this deck was like a thing for a week. If somebody's really all in on that deck, it's a pretty good one. As we take 2 here. Come on now. Let's go. All right. Well, we've got some targets here, don't we? Let me, I guess I can loot. So we got 2 First-Spheres coming out here. If we don't draw anything else. Yeah, we can bring those back next turn for some good times. Wish I drew into a swamp there. I could probably power out you-know-who. Or at least trip Bone Shards, but whatever. Let's go. Next turn will be fun. Because we can bring back Gargantua, draw a card, and then Bone Shards a victim. Stir the grave. Yeah, but if you're doing that, you might as well just cast the darn thing, right? Oh, that hurts. Main deck. Yikes. Well, that's scary. Good grief. I guess it does look for part of the combo. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta go find First Day of Class, right? Must mean they already got it in hand. Which, if they get to 4 mana, is a little scary. Or if they drop another Goblin, is a little scary. Ransacked the lab. Been seeing a lot of love lately in some Storm lists. Very good card. I like it. Matron showing up. Boy, those First-Spheres would have been really nice, especially with that Bone Shards, but whatever. Hey, I can sit back and block with the Putrid Imp this time. I might actually do that. Be fine to trade that for an outlet there. Alrighty. Well, this is getting easier and easier. Let me pay this. I'll bring back... I guess I'll bring back a mountain since we already have one in hand. Return this one, please. Let's Bone Shard. Discard a card. We'll kill this dude off by discarding this. Oop. Mana Tithe. Sack it for red. There's no reason to really keep our yard intact. I've already played a land. 1, 2, 3. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Hiya! Eat our yard. We're fine with that. Let's go. Ah, Pauper Tim with the Golgari Squirrel deck. That sounds cool. Yeah, with that new... Oh, what is he? It's that dude that makes the... He was on the splash page for a while. I think he's like a 3/3, makes squirrel tokens, and they all get bigger and stronger. How's that work, though, if everybody's ready for squirrels, or they should be? Draykeeper, that's the one. Yeah. Always reminds me of, I think it was Nut Collector and Extended back in the day, I think. Was that the card? One of you out there knows what I'm talking about. Hey, look at this. We drew exactly what we didn't need. All right. Well, let's just attack. I'm happy to trade that Persist dude for a Putrid Imp. I don't know. Maybe they've got, what do you call? Chainer's Edict if they block the Imp. But I guess they didn't. I'm going to keep that in hand. Just if I draw another Faithless Looting and stuff, I need... Our lands are fine right here. Does it include the Shambler and Rancor synergy? Asks Ultra Vocarine. Let's see what we're going to see here. First day of classes everywhere, baby. It's funny how much the red cards are really having an effect, right? You've got first day of class and then the new Storm one that's just making things so consistent. Good old Wizards. What are they thinking? Deranged Hermit, that's the one. Power Slouch, thank you for that. I have your name on my end of the screen is very dark, so I had to lean in there. That's what the glasses are for. Yeah, that was the one. Alrighty. Cool. Well, not so cool. Got one more turn for that to go down. Let's attack. Don't really like Exhume unless we get a Bog in this scenario. Putrid Goblin's there. At this stage of the game, I think he might have us here, guys, believe it or not. You know they've got first day in hand. So even though it's 15 to 11 right now, yeah, here it comes. But it's so pretty when it works. First day coming down. But we've already shown a decay, so he might be a little wary about that. Culling the Weak. Yeah, a card not many people know about. He's to call too, even. Yeah, he's got the combo here. And for those of you that are unaware, I'll just show you how we lose to this. And this is the Persist. Rakdos. Boop. At least it's not another affinity deck, right? Hopefully the meta game doesn't get that stultified. I was a little afraid today it would just be squirrel, squirrel, affinity, affinity, affinity. But we haven't seen squirrel. I actually think a lot of people, and I know this firsthand because every once in a while I'll just be like, yeah, I feel like playing Storm, and rage quit. So that's usually the flavor of the air when the ban hammers are right around the bend. I don't know. What say you guys? I give it about 3 weeks if the challenges keep going this way. There it is. Down it comes, back it goes. He's got infinite mana. This is how it works. And he goes and gets another thing. That's boop, boop. He's still got the introduction to Annihilation. That is pretty sweet. especially if you've got a bunch of them. And they'll pump it all the way up, and then boom. All right, so this is a combo. He's going to drop this when he gets a bunch of mana, and then we're just going to get torched. So we'll concede here and go to a game number 2. We ain't lost yet. Maybe this will be the time. Calling the Week. Yeah, I remember when I found that card long ago. I'm talking like 2006 or something. It was back when, before Pauper was super popular, and you always felt like, you know, you found like some little treasure. You're like, oh, check this out. Here's an interesting scenario. I think we're going to do the switcheroo angle here. I want to keep my first spheres. Let's just try it. We bring in all the decays. We lose the Exhume. We lose the Crusher. And we lose the Megalodon. Now we got 7 spots. And we've got a pretty heavy theme here. We'll bring in this. We'll bring in our 1-for-1 dudes. And the Alms. Well, I don't know if we even need that. We bring in the Alms. This is pretty good, really good. We don't need Dragon Breath. I mean, you could argue Angler might get there, given that they lean on their creatures so extensively. I'm just going to bring in this. We've got Bone Shards. We don't need Shenanigans. As we do a complete switcheroo, they're probably going to bring in a lot of graveyard hate, and it will slow us down a little bit with this and a little bit with this. But if it doesn't, we draw cards. We hit hard, and we have a ton of removal at our hand, and we can gain life, which doesn't really matter. It's more about them losing the life, but could be relevant. This list might need one more bog. I don't know when you run up against decks like this. We'll see. But so we're going to try this little switcheroo here. All right. We got access to one of the fumes. The numbers work out just right when you want to do these switcheroos. And here we go. So now is when we want to see a bunch of bogs and relics and stuff, and we just kind of roll our eyes. Okay, we've got early kill and Bone Shards. We'll keep this. I'll reunion something in the first sphere for something, but for right now, it's all about getting our mana right. We'll just do this. Go get a swamp. And pass the turn. I don't know, Ultra Volcarine. Anything with Storm just seems ridiculous. I was thinking of tinkering with what's the one that goes and grabs lands out of the deck, and putting that all together with the. I haven't really looked too far into the cards as far as what there is to offer with that, but it's pretty interesting stuff. Okay, well. I'm going to wait till next turn to reunion. That access to the transmutability. I play Transmute in Commander in my that deck list with Anya Falconwrath. I really like it because I'm able to go find Damnation with the one, and then the other. I really like Wildfire Devils. It's one of my favorite cards in Commander. Yeah, Sprouting Vines. That's the one. But yeah, little Wildfire Devils is just so fun. Dig that card. Okay. Here we are. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to return, I guess we return a swamp. And we will play this, discarding First Sphere and a swamp. And we'll fill up our hand with other stuff. Whoop! There we go. Cool. Well, we could just eviscerate their hand at this stage. That might be a fun play. Groundskeeper. No, not Groundskeeper. That would be interesting, Ultra Volcarine. I do like the Salamander in the Charbelcher list. And you can even go all red with that. I have a version of that I can share with you all pretty quickly here. Okay. And this is why I like to lean on Fleshbag Marauder too, because this don't get by removal. Probably going to grab Bone Shards here. It's expecting Exhume. We lose, we lose. I just want this little switcheroo thing to work in our favor this time, damn it. All right, doesn't want us to draw much. We've been drawing a ton, I tell ya. All right. Let me do this. We'll bring back First-Sphere, draw a card, and we can Bone Shards it before it dies, keeping that Persist Goblin a little bit at bay. Hey, we got a cool creature out of the deal. That's pretty nice. Let's attack. Might as well. Yeah. He takes it. Cool. And we'll go Bone Shards. We have to sacrifice a creature anyway, so we might as well get something out of the value. Boink. Yeah, I brought out Charbelcher just the other day, and sometimes lists tend to hide from almost like the zeitgeist of MTG Online. Like it's like, oh, you haven't played me in a while. Here, I'll show you the benefits of knowing me, or you know, if you want to think like anthropomorphize the actual deck list. But at least that's how I think. And then when you kind of are into it, then that's when it starts screwing you over and doing all the bad stuff. Duressing us. Well, that's going to get a whole lot of nothing with crime. Yeah. I guess we could just drop. We'll start saving our lands for the Raven's Crime pool here, especially after this roll. Let me bring out this little lady. I'll bring out this. Start turning on the clock here. I'll get rid of the zombie, and we'll start abusing the hand here. We got plenty of swamps. Get out of here. We'll show you where our discard's at, baby. That feels good, getting rid of a matron. They're probably like, where is the Exhume? Where are the big creatures? I'm waiting on it. Who's to say? Oh no. You always worry if they just naturally have it with this list. Darby 2. Another Carnarium would be cool too. Just keep chopping at their hand. I'd like to get another First-Sphere so I can bring out Fleshbag Marauder and sack it after its unearth effect and drawing us a card. Yeehaw. Alright, well that falls dead. Good. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Not out of the woods yet. That's not by a long shot. Haven't even seen First Day, and by now I can pretty much guarantee that they are just holding it. We don't really have too much to look forward to in another Raven's Crime, do we? What do we bring in here? You know what? I'm going to slow roll this a little bit. I'm going to go like this. Bring this out. At this stage, I'm not quite sure if Fleshbag's gonna get there. I'd rather go find a better answer. Let's bring this out. Okay, that's a pretty good answer. Yeah, I could bring that back. Make him lose another one. I'm gonna lose both of these. We'll play the Carnarium. Returning this. And instead of life, we're just gonna try to get their cards down. Yep. Get rid of those things that matter, like First Day. All right. A switcheroo worked that time. Now do we go back to the future? What would it be called? You know, I saw that. I hate if I brought this up in the last few weeks, but I think it was like a month ago. I saw Back to the Future. I was just bored on the couch one day, and it was on, and that movie holds up. A lot of those don't. That one holds up. Pretty good. What do you guys vote here? Do we switch back? We didn't really show them too much. They probably think we're still on it, so I think we stay here because it's not like we had 4 Alms of the Veins that turn and showed them a bunch of other things. I think we just keep it like this. Yeah, stay the course. We didn't really show. We'll do the little superstitious move that I'm always fond of doing here. You know, always know when you put an Ash Barrens between mountains, good things happen. Double checking here. We will say submit. You know, one Shenanigans might be worthy of like a relic, but or a Nihil Spellbomb in their case is probably more apt for that deck list. But what you gonna do? Again, thanks for joining me here, everybody, on Propaganda Saturdays. Love you all. It's good times. We got Conan O'Brien's last show is just the other night here in the States, and big fan of that guy. We're always trying to promote his shows, plural. He's had like 7 of them, and so a lot of our clips for commercials and stuff, so that you don't just stare at a blank screen, are courtesy of him. But we've got one based on the horror movie It coming up at the break. I think we've only played that one like once, 6 months ago or something like that, so odds are you haven't seen it. And yeah, good times. But boy, with the preponderance of Strixhaven and Modern Horizons 2, there are just so many ideas out there, everybody, and I'm going to keep this. We've seen main deck Duress, which kind of suck, but we've got Fleshbag behind it, and we're going to draw into our draws here. We'll draw into our draws. What am I talking about? We might regret it. We might not. Who knows? But between all that stuff, there's just such a great design space out there. So if you come across anything, we give credit where credit's due. If you find the next big thing, feel free to share it with us, propaganda@gmail.com. And yeah, good times. Give you a big old shout out. Mention your name. Hopefully it's pronounceable, unlike the one this week. But feel free to find them and say, hey, man, liked your brew. Hey, this is a good scenario here, right? Or flooded, and this is what's supposed to happen. Alrighty. Well, we'll get rid of that. And mountain. And all of a sudden our hand's looking pretty good. We've got a lot of turn 3 plays here. Not much else. We've got a Marauder, First-Sphere, Faithless Looting, and another Marauder play. That's funny. Oh, so anyway, last night on the Modern Horizons 2 draft, I had a natural just Boros modular. I just got everything modular. I mean, when my opponent had removal, it was just fun. It was like, okay, well, 3 counters will go to that, 4 will go to that. Now this flies, and now you're super dead. Toothmaker in the house. I don't think I've had a good deck building idea for a year or so. That's just because you're too busy, my friend. Like me, you're surrounded by this game. All right. Good to see you, my friend. Here we are. Alrighty, we like this. So now we have a turn 2 option as we wait for our First-Sphere Gargantua to come out of the hiding. That is some creepy art. If you're in like a junkyard in some dystopian world and you just hear this grinding metal and a low moan, and you look over and see that thing spotting you with that crimson look in its eye. Woo-wee. Crazy. I like the artwork on the basic swamp. Yeah, there's one that I like even more. I've posted it on Facebook. It just like this one. I'm after it, and it's some promo land. I think Chung was the artist. It's just this desolate tree, and oh, it's so pretty. Vastly superior. Here we go. All right, come on now. Let's go. Yep. Boom. Thanks for all you Prime supporters out there. I know we got a lot of love just earlier today. And thanks again to Toothmaker for months back saying, hey, you got to look into that. And we'll just do this now. There it goes. Here we go. And some Masharoonie. I'm going to favor swamps a little bit more. Let's draw a card here. We've already seen some graveyard hate, so let's use it while we got it. Not too afraid of a 1/1 persist. 2/2s, whole different thing with the first day of school. Or class. Yeah. Next they're going to have snow day. I remember those. I think it was 1983 on April Fool's Day. I don't know what grade I was in, but it was grade school. And we had a snow days for like 2 or 3 weeks. The snow buried our house. And we were all thrilled until we went to school till probably August. And school started in like September 1st back then. And it was just like, ugh, what a trudge. Okay. Well, he prevents 5, but we do draw removal. And we can play Fleshbag and target it if there are 2 targets there before it kills itself. That's kind of fun. Might be cool to have 4 to 5 minute collaborative Pauper brewing session at the end of your show. Yeah, we've got some sort of a Pauper points thing if you want to send in the list prior to the show, and then we kind of have it pre-ramped and ready and go over it. Or we can just do it the next time and whatnot. But this is an actual user brew here that beat us about a month ago, and we just modified it with the new Modern Horizons cards because it had a lot of neat innovations in it. Little switcheroo sideboard. It's normally a Reanimator style if you're just joining us. It's not this hot mess. Thank you for that little fight. All right. Well, we got rid of one beast, one of the problems. It's funny how Pauper works out. Pretty bad card for like years, and then first day of class comes around and it's like everybody wants it. That's why I love the format so much. What is crap today is a treasure tomorrow. Come on, opponent. I don't need another one of these. All right, good. Here we are. We've got a whole lot of nothing. So we're going to do this. We'll bring back a swamp because that's how I roll. Not too afraid of 2 mana here. You know they're just sitting on a bunch of Fairy Macabres and Nihil Spell Bombs, and they're like, when is this going to happen? When am I going to get back my persisted goblin with a answered Exhume trigger? The answer is you won't. I am your graveyard. That doesn't make any sense, sorry. Alrighty, well, I don't like the look of that. And I like swamps better at this stage. Let's do this. Hiya. So much fun. So much drawing. Feels like we're playing blue. Pretty soon we'll start hitting with some good stuff. I'd like to. Maybe we'll just hard cast a Gargantua. I've done that twice in my life. Being an impatient person, hard to pull off. Putrid Goblin. He cycles on Earth. Interesting. Must really be hurting for the land. I think I would have brought back Putrid Goblin, no? Well, maybe he's got another on Earth. That would make sense. Okay. Gonna see a whole lot of hate. His Duress versus our Raven's Crime. Pauper Tim says, I'm surprised Chatterstorm decks haven't slotted a couple of the new green Atog that sacks tokens. Oh yeah, that little barn. That is pretty good against like Echoing Truth and such. Don't let's see, hold on a minute here. Okay, here we are. Well, we've got action, folks. I kind of want to keep that rolling. I don't know how much longer do I go for here. Let's bring this back. We'll return the mountain. You know where I'm going with this. Faithless Looting. Okay, we don't really need much of anything now. We'll get rid of this and this. I'll bring out a dude. It's a long haul. He's got 10 turns. Hopefully we get a Gargantua and I can get a Fleshbag Marauder out there and make that more like 4 turns. But we shall see. Is this the Goblin Matron coming up? Nope. Guess not. It was neat to see Wonder again. Not the movie, but the actual card in the graveyard. I was right. It's Matron. The reminds me way back. What set was the original one in? I used to love discarding that stuff. That was just good times. Okay, another part of the combo has been achieved. I'm getting a little nervous because we've already seen one part of the combo. There's 3 left. Okay, we've really exhausted our draws here. Might as well attack. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I guess I'll bring this out. No army of tokens. I kind of want to encourage him to block here. Rock like that. I'll get rid of this. We'll play this. It's a bit of a... No, you know what? I'll just play another Carnarium. We might draw into another Raven's Crime victory, and that way we'll just be able to eviscerate their hand. So now we're representing a bit of damage, and any part of the combo they want to block with will be painful because they'll lose it. I think it was, well, it's in the new, it's been reprinted with artwork and stuff. I think Filth is back. I think all of them are back. I'm not quite, oh no. Does he have the combo? It just might. First day shows up. It's going to learn. Boy, I wish I had Echoing Decay in my hand, but we might lose our first game of the day here. Yep. We're going to lose it. I can at least make him scared. Oh. Haha. Like that's going to work. Here comes Infinite Mana. Let's see if they've got it. Maybe they don't have the combo in hand. I really don't have much to do here, so I'm just going to yield through this turn and watch this beautiful synergy go off. I think they're on to us being off of a Reanimator here. Yep, we lose our first one of the day, guys. But hey, it was pretty cool. It's nice it wasn't a Tog or Squirrels, right? No, not a Pauper deck. I was playing I went to Modern Horizons 2 draft last night and had a lot of fun. You'd be very proud of Aaron, aka Sapphire Toothmaker. He is like a proxy of you, younger version, and he just... The next big event that comes to LA, I'm going to sign him up for because I think very smart money is on my boy. And it's no father ego intended. He's got like the head of a rules judge, and he's really patient and is very methodical, and couldn't be prouder as far as seeing him. And he won, he got runner-up last night and won like $40 or $50 worth of MH2. His old man didn't. I missed it by getting flooded. So, yeah. All right. Well, we lose our first one, guys. Hey, I'm going to go to a cool Conan O'Brien skit, go get some more coffee, and I'll be back to play probably one or two more, and we'll see you in just a few.
Please welcome Butterscotch the Clown. Let's get him out here.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
Thank you. Welcome to the show, Butterscotch. So tell us, why are you so upset about the movie It?
It makes clowns seem scary and creepy when everyone knows clowns are sweet and fun.
Oh, okay. So you feel misrepresented because the clown in It is a monster that lives in the sewer and eats kids.
Exactly. It sends a terrible message. I even had to update my website just to let people know I was one of the good ones. Take a look.
Okay, there it is. Okay, well, no, that... okay.
Ever since that movie came out, people freak out when they see me crawling out of the sewer.
Okay. Why are you, what are you doing in the sewer there, Butterscotch?
Well, let's just say that's where I go to evacuate the clown car. Wink. Hey, guess what the clown car is?
We know what the clown car is. You know, Butterscotch, when you say things like that, you do sound kind of creepy.
Is it creepy to want to delight children with my winsome smile?
Oh my God, Butterscotch!
Is it creepy to brighten their day with my infectious laugh?
Butterscotch, stop it. I know you're trying to make a case that clowns aren't creepy, but you are really creeping everybody out right now.
Well, try telling that to all the kids whose faces light up when they watch me do my funny little clown dance. Hit it, Yakamota! Yes. Play it slower, Yakamota. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's
From the volcano of Balaku to the leech-ridden swamps of Agadir, cast off all your inhibition at the only casino in all Dominaria. Experience the pinnacle of personal pleasures. Venture boldly at Rakdos Casino, and may all your underworld dreams come true. Rakdos Casino, the place for premium pleasures.
And right on cue with the Rakdos theme is the Rakdos Casino, and we'll keep this as we cycle into some goodness. Only thing better, maybe we top deck a mountain. Yeah. Oh, unearth. I mean, Exhume too. Clown Storm. Reveals our hand. Artifact or creature. Okay. Thank you. We enjoy that move. Yuck, yuck. Feel a little curly-esque when that goes off. Woo! All right. Well, let's, I guess we'll just go get our mountain there. Might as well wait till their turn. Try and play some Pauper magic. Proper magic. Proper Pauper. Gonna reward it to require removing a counter from it. Shove clowns in a car. Don't give wizards any idea after that complicated dungeon card, right? He's like, damn it, I got discard, and he wants me to discard. What's going on? All right, let's cycle here. Pivot. Here we are. And off we go. Oh, come on. Is this a match quit, or he's just mad that he missed his land drop? And maybe he just clicked through it. Maybe they missed it. You never know at this stage. You just have to wait to see what the text says. Software is always so slow on this. Okay, we won't even count that one. I'll just go to another. Hiya. Yeah. As we wait, we will create. Boop. And let's go over here. Yeah, so let's count it up. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. 2 more. 18, 20, 22, 24. 3 makes 27, 30, 33, 36. And this can draw 40 cards, folks. Not this card, but the combination of everything in here when you max out its potential. And that's pretty good for a red deck when you're just going to look for Exhume. But we have different ways of getting to places and such. So I really like this deck. If you like Reanimator styles, want to give something a little bit different of a go. Plus, we've got some alternate options of things we can grab, and then things that are uncounterable and draw us cards and have good things. And as we already saw, you can always use Raven's Crime on yourself if all of this good discard stuff doesn't show up, to get rid of all your big fatties in the yard so that you can do some goodness here. I've thought of maybe running a Clark Can Shaman package with 4, what do you call, great furnaces and stuff. It's funny how you can kind of run that now, and people don't really lean on Shaman as much. That might change, but for right now, the alternate strategies are pretty interesting. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. I'll just chill and wait for the program to wake the hell up. Oh, boy. I don't know what's going on. People just don't want to be on the show, or what the deal is here. This is frustrating. All right. I shall write no quitters. Like that'll help. No quitters, please. Create. And hopefully I'll get something. Yeah, no kidding. All right. The last one of the day, folks. Been a fast show, but that's how Rakdos works. Either get those quick submissions with a big 8-8 coming at you, or not. You know what? We haven't really even seen that happen. Let's say yes. Got Shenanigans. We've got a lot of draw. We'll keep this. We don't really have much of anything, but we've got a whole lot of draw. And our mana's right. Clown car. 1 red artifact vehicle. Add a clown token to clown car. Alrighty, let's represent the color of death right out of the gates. As we rock here. And hopefully that isn't the flavor text Nim Chimpskey. I need some work. Alright, well, we're going to end it with Affinity, which we haven't lost to yet. Just saying something. We might get a... You know, if I do the Shenanigans right now on this, we might get a concession. And I don't even know if I want a concession at this point, because we've had so many of them. Let's go for it. I like to be cruel. Blech. Take that. Quit, quit, quit. All right. I'll get that too. Let's go. Raw. Oh no, the one card we didn't want it to be. Get rid of that color, buddy. Woo! All the cards, 1 and 4, we didn't want to have happen. Exhume goes to the yard. 3 colorless. Is this Frogmite Country? Is he still going to do it regardless? There it is. He's drawing cards. At some stage, I got to stop these shenanigans and just draw some cards. I'll let that go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I need to draw some cards here. I can always draw one of those. I'll say cancel off of one of the other effects here. Cool beans. We'll bring this back. Bring this up. And, you know what? I'll play this. We'll discard this and the other reunion, just in case a Frogmite shows up. We'll bring one of these back. Ah, damn, really? The one thing I had... All right, cancel. What? It's just like a nightmare. I've only got 4 of them. 2 of them out of the 2 times we've... or 3 times we've dredged, 2 of them have been the one card we don't want it to be. Isn't that just the way of the universe? I swear, this is like the Truman Show, that old Jim Carrey movie where everything's been predetermined and you're on camera sort of thing. All right, here we go. Stage, we'll just start blowing some more stuff up if anything shows up. Cable Guy was better, says Shirazwan. Never been too big of a Jim Carrey fan. No other talents there, but... Alright, there's that. Come on, let's see like 3 more Frogmites so I can make my Echoing Decay do something. Come on, you want a bunch more? Oh, this is more like Brute Squad. Look at this. Okay, this is getting scary. Are we going to finally lose to Affinity? Maybe. Yeah, this is like a modified Brute Squad. One of you out there, I forget if they're... I think they're in our clan on MTGO, but they made a real consistent mid-range sort of Brute Squad that was pretty interesting looking. Alrighty, let's kill the big beast. I guess we play Carnarium here. We'll return Swamp. I'll discard Swamp to this. Trying to get something online here. Sure, we'll bring back 1 Shenanigan. Don't be an Exhume. If this is an Exhume, oh my god. Okay. And cancel. Cool. Whole lot of nothing there. Gonna feel really ugly if I have to use a double Echoing Decay. Of course, if another Ardent Recruit comes out, I won't feel so bad because that'll be a 2 for 2. Yeah, that's totally him, the Jester's Mask. Yeah, I could see that big time. All right, come on, drop like 3 more Frogmites. Make my deck choices feel good, please. No. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yuck, don't like that. What do we have here? It's time to make a clown set. All right, we've got quite a bit of mana here. I like this draw. Except that we need double dudes for that dude. That's no fun, is it? I guess we'll wait for the double Echoing Decay there. As we pay for Bone Shards. Don't really have much else of anything to do with this. We'll kill the Atog, for obvious reasons. Discarding, probably the Mountain. Bone Shard showing up. Got it. Really want to keep that around. My God, I need a creature. It's we're gonna take 6 here. Boop, boop. We could thrill here, lose a decay. We've got a double decay turn next turn. That might be. It's kind of really the only way to do away with those dudes. I'm gonna let it fizzle here. They cast 3 thought cast abilities, including the 2 of 1 mind, so Elthuda Communications is well represented today. King's Entertainer. 2 red and a white. Create 3 1/1 tokens with ace. Sacrifice them at the end of turn. Are we talking clowns still? Little jesters. Yeah, my commander deck, I've been having a lot of fun with it because I just keep finding more and more demons and devils, but I tell you that what's that? I just mentioned it earlier. It's 3 in a red, and it's a devils, and when it comes into play and on the beginning of your upkeep, you choose if your graveyard, you pretty much can cast stuff for free. Oh, is that card something devils? I've been loving that card. Tent Walk. That'd be pretty cool. Basic lands that are like tents. Just like, that'd be kind of a Rakdos themed set though. So we are up against it, folks. We're going to cancel this. Yuck. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, he's just got his dead to rights here. We kind of need to do everything. We don't have enough time. I guess if we got a big old blocker out, we might be able to do something. But then I want to be able to kill these guys. I can't have our cake and eat it too, so we might as well try to draw as many cards as possible. Let's go. I'll probably submit here. We'll say cancel on that. Cancel on that. That is not what we needed to see. Cancel on that. And we have no way to discard. He runs us over that game. Put down the L, which happened with the other affinity list, and then we were able to win the next 2. But so they're not running the new lands. So we're going to really go all in with this Shenanigans plan. 1, 2, and I think I'm going to leave the 2 decays, but I'll bring in the Fleshbags. I like the Angler. Get rid of one of these. One of these. One of these. This thing's so hard to kill. Such a beat stick. I love it. And one of those. Here, I'm gonna have access to 2. I guess we'll get rid of one of those. Let's try this out. Tent Walk. I refuse to believe. Yeah, maybe that'll be a thing in like 10 years. They'll really focus a whole set on like, it'll be really biased towards like Rakdos Guild, and then it'll be another guild and so forth. Or maybe they have some colossal release where there's just like 10 sets released and you just go all in on your own guild. But Tent Walk would be a thing. It'd almost be like horsemanship, right? You can't block all clowns have like Tent Walk. Of all the things I thought we wouldn't talk about today, that's high among them, my friends. Yuck! Mulligan. We don't like this at all. We like this quite a bit. We'll keep. And we've already got 1 Faithless Looting. I'll get rid of the 1. I've got so much draw on this list. But I'm just going to slow roll it a bit. I'm going to keep our looting in hand until we really need it. Mostly meaning that Carnarium and making sure our land doesn't stall out at 3 or 4. All right. There's that. Okay. This bodes well. Let me play this now. Return this. Now we'll loot. This is where we really want to... Nope, that didn't work. We'll get rid of this and Shenanigans, Because we already have Exhume now, so we don't mind bringing back Shenanigans, because it might turn over a you-know-who. A big old fat 8/8. Rakdos Carnarium. Tent. At the beginning of your end state, opponent has one or fewer creatures in play. They sacrifice a creature available. That's pretty... That's an interesting little enchantment there. What isn't enchanting about a circus, right? Woo! We'll bring back Shenanigans. Okay, we'll lose a swamp. We don't have much to discard there, so I think looting's the better play here over the Cathartic. Come on, just give us a big creature to throw out, damn it. Ah! Alright, we'll lose these. Can I play land? Yep. Boy, this is fighting us, isn't it? Only took out one crusher. You'd think we'd see one of our other fatties by now. Shenanigans. Got Bone Shards is a nice way if we get marooned with a big old fatty in our hand, but... Carnies. Still be a pretty Rakdos base though, right? I would think so. My goodness, that reunion better be cathartic the way this deck's going. Are they going to belch out a bunch of stuff? There comes Of One Mind, probably. Oh, or no. Maybe the 3/3 Ardent Recruit. There we go. Sometimes I hate being right, because it means more pain to the life gain. Boing! Alright. We can't be taking 8 a turn. We gotta kind of put on the brakes here unless we draw something amazing and take care of Mr. Recruit and Mr. Enforcer. Come on, here we go. Alright, well, we got plenty of that. Let's do first things first. We'll blow this up. Let's play the Carnarium. We'll return the Swamp. And then we'll blow up this dude. And I sure wish I had something to blow up. The problem is here, you know, Exhume's going to go off and help him out here. But I guess we'll do that. Bonk. As we sit back, take one. Synergistic, but it does make it go down a card. And before you go anywhere after this game, win, lose, or draw, I'll go over the other Rakdos list. So I definitely won't play double back-to-back Rakdos lists, so I might as well share it. If you're not a fan of our Facebook page, the list is over there. It's changed a tiny bit. I think instead of Flame Slash, I'm running Tragic Slip now. Jugglers and Musicians. Of One Mind, Hard Cast. Okay. No, do we bring back Shenanigans? I say we do. Where are our creatures? At this stage, I gotta save those for creatures. That's losing magic if I do that. I'll say cancel on that. Bone Shard shows up. I hate doing this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna discard these two. Draw 3 cards. Is it the first one? We'll say cancel. We'll say cancel. And we'll say cancel. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. I will discard First-Sphere Gargantua. Draw 2 more cards. And we'll leave those be. Cancel. Cancel. Alright. Weird game, this one. You guys are all inventing some multicolor Rakdos set while I keep getting attacked by artifacts. I like it. You talk about already there, man, this trapeze and all these blood implements, and I like how the crowd's just gone. It's like, it's too early for Rakdos to get up. We start our day at about midnight. Good news, our opponent isn't drawing crazy. I mean, we did deal with their heavy hitters, but by now, usually you sense a little bit more synergy. I'm not going to be a fan of bringing back a Myr Enforcer. Damn it. Okay. Cancel that. That's just for big old boys coming out here. I can loot here, and I can still Gargantua, so I like that pull here. We'll say cancel, cancel. Guess we get rid of these two. I'll bring back one Gargantua. Let's cancel on that. Okay, I like that. We do need a basic by now. Cool. And we'll attack. Hiya! Too bad I didn't have Bone Shards here, because then it is a 1-for-1. Carnival Bark. I gotta go reread this after I'm done either winning or losing this one. I'm leaning towards losing the way our deck's fighting us here. We only took out one Crusher. I don't know where it's at. This is the kind of matchup where you do want a Gorilla Shaman. Let's mow down the lands. Right now, Shenanigans is really good against the big 4/4 dudes, but start picking on lands, your opponent's got to draw awfully slow, which isn't Affinity's way, so. Oh no, be all the silly you want to be, Pauper Tim. I pride myself on silliness. Unfortunately, about 10% of my decks probably come across that way. But you can't arrive at new stuff without trying it, so. Alright, I think he's going to shut the door here. He's drawn a lot more cards. No, he hasn't. We're up 2 cards. I just keep seeing these blue spells and thinking we're way behind. It's getting there quickly. Maybe I need Martyr of Ash. We just need a big boy to show up, man. Come on now. Cancel. It's not really going to do too much. I'm going to thrill. I'll discard this. Draw 2. Come on, come on, come on. And he counters that. All right. We'll play. Are we just dead next turn? That's 8, 9, 10. With 1 Galvanic Blast, we're dead. Oh no, if we bring back Sphere, we're dead, because that'll get us to 10, and then this will be 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. So that kind of makes our choices pretty easy here. We will Faithless Loot. Hopefully we draw something that's big and bad. Cancel. Cancel. Finally. This and this. Ah. Now, when this enters the battlefield, I lose a life. That's very relevant now, isn't it? Boop. All right. I'd be curious to see the Burning Tree Shaman in a Storm list. It is a free spell. I mean, it doesn't draw you a card, but it'd be interesting if somebody fits that in there. I don't think we're wiggling out of this one, folks. I think we'll be going 2-4 on the day if this has anything to say about it. Oh, smash! Hey, do we have No, we don't have the Dragon's Breath in the yard. I wonder why he's keeping back. Oh, he's got probably Prismatic Strands, I would assume. Yeah, we've lost this one, guys. But hopefully you like this new version of Rakdos. I'm going to shut the door here. We got a Galvanic Blast coming to our face. Let's go in and dig for it. Halfway through the deck. We haven't seen one yet. But before we go, I'll show you the other Rakdos list that I've been brewing. That's a lot of fun in the casual room. But believe it or not, this is more like a Brute Squad build, a little bit lower to the ground and faster. And I think it's showing its resilience here. And the what do you call the natural pull to not play Gorilla Shaman anymore, because people are usually playing the protected lands. So it might be a nice little window here where people aren't quite ready for it and it comes out a little bit quicker, because this is the only affinity list I've lost to. I'll say cancel on that. We just need to, we'll just see what happens here. Alrighty. I'll tell you what happens here. We lose. Now we can bring back Big Fatty. We don't have the, you know, what to go along with it. Maybe we'll draw it. I can't think of a out here. I mean, we do this, we go down to 1 life. We could exhume it out. Then, you know, he gets back a bunch of fatties here. I'll just see what we draw for the fun of it. As we go to 1. Galvanic Blast to the face. We'll say cancel on that. Hey, Fleshy's out. Oh, I could take out 1 dude, 2 dudes, 3. Let's just see what he chooses. I'm not going to play Crusher because, you know, he just gets back a 4/4 and it's irrelevant because he just attacks. We're at 1 life. It's kind of ridiculous, but it'll be a neat little thought experiment here as we rush in for 5. Maybe he'll take out the Enforcer. That was just taking too long. All right, let's look at the other list. So we beat Affinity. We beat Golgari. We beat Affinity. And we lost to the Persist combo and to another, well, kind of a Brute Squad style list, which is more creature-based as far as colorful creatures going and such. So if you follow on Facebook, I've got this other deck list that I so far calling the solution. I'm not claiming it is. It's just a little reference back to, gosh, who was that player? COP, or a lot of protection from red creatures and stuff like that he had back in the day. Malshowitz, I think, yeah. And so whenever I try to play a hate bear style list, or I think I've got kind of a metagame lock on what people are supposed to, or technically supposed to be playing, and then I come up with something like this, it's pretty cool. You can see it's very similar, but this one runs Vaults, Furnaces, the Drossforge Bridge, and Dark Steel. We've got this for consistency, but other than that, we've only got 1 basic. Why? Because we're running all 4 of these. We have 3 of these main. And what's really cool is Clarkhand Shaman with Rush of Vitality. You can trip 1 or 2, and if there's a bunch of squirrels out or whatever, you gain hideous amounts of life. And he lives for another day, and it's an instant, and it's pretty fun to pull off. Trespasser's Curse, I've got 3 of them in this, 3 rushes, 3 Echoing Decays, 2 Edicts for the random, hexproof matchups that might cause a little bit of a Hail Mary. 4 Cast Down, 3 Tragic Slips. This is different than the Facebook list. I think I had Flame Slash in this. And then the 4 Lootings. We got 2 Talismans. 2 Underworld Chargers is kind of our finisher. This isn't really a Gurmag Angler friendly list. I'm sure it could work here or there, but I like the ability to just keeps coming back, and it turns into an angler, you know, when it matters. It's a little bit expensive at 5, but we got plenty of stuff in the yard, mostly lands at that stage, right? 3 Read the Bones, 2 Thorn of the Black Roads, and just what we saw earlier, the First-Sphere Gargantua. We really like having this out, drawing us some cards and stuff. In the sideboard, 3 of these, 2 Shenanigans, 4 Cleansing Wildfire, 2 Syphon Life for burn, and this for just the catch-all, maybe the deck we were just playing, maybe Tron, etc. This is a pretty fun little list too. If you like it, head on over to facebook.com/deluxikoff, spelled clunkily, in the chat there, and you can have 2 decks to play with today that are both Rakdos themes. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. We'll see you next time on Propaganda on next Saturday. And until then, we're going to go check out some Bear Nunchuck ads and such. But thanks for joining me as always. We'll see you next time, same place. Please spread the word. And if you want to like the show and blah, 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 go donate us a coffee at Buy Me a Coffee, whatever that link is. So anyway, guys, see you next week.